Good evening, folks. It is Andrew, and I am coming at you live. We are about to get all sciencey. So, a lot of you guys are getting ready for 80 Day Obsession, which is the latest program that's being released out of Beachbody. And Joy and I are actually super excited about this one. But one of the things that I've personally struggled with on this is the idea of timed eating. Not time restriction eating. I'm not talking about intermittent fasting like I have before. I still fully believe in that. It will come into play here, but just timed eating. So I've been thinking about it a lot, and I was listening to a podcast. I know, shocking that I'd be listening to a podcast with my favorite science expert, Dr. Rhonda Patrick, on it. And she said something that was in regards to the gut biome that just blew my mind when I started thinking about this. Especially when it comes to, I hadn't had my prop ready, hold on. When you have this, so for those of you who can't read it, it's the lighting, it's horrible, it's Shakeology. One of the key benefits to Shakeology and a bunch of other stuff are the probiotics. And if you guys haven't heard me rant on about this before, the probiotics help promote the gut biome that you have. Interesting fact for the day, there are more bacteria living in your gut right now than there have ever been humans on the planet in totality. Think about that for a moment. But here's the thing with the gut biome and eating probiotics. In order for them to actually take effect, because the cool thing about probiotics is they actually guide your body with what they want. And if you have bad gut biome, bad probiotic, or the bad bacteria in there, they're going to crave more refined sugar, they're going to crave more of that kind of stuff. The ones that are the good ones want the fermented fiber and all the stuff from leafy vegetables and all that kind of good stuff. Well, in order to actually change your gut biome, one of two things has to happen. Either A, you've got to eat just a ton of the good probiotics, or B, you've got to give your gut space to accept the new probiotics. It's actually one of the things I studied in college in ecology was the way that different organisms fight for space. I did it in the coastal waters off of California. That's where if you don't know, my degree is aquatic biology. I know a lot of you guys know me as the revenue management guy, but that's not actually what my degree is in, even close. But anyways, I digress. Shocking. What I thought about with this was, though, if you're trying to find a way to give yourself space, kind of got to think about, okay, when should you have this? And I have heard a lot of different debates, and I am not here saying you should eat your Shakeology or drink your Shakeology at a particular period of time. I'm just going to give you one of the kind of revelations that came to me as I started really thinking about this. A lot of people have Shakeology for breakfast. They use it as a meal replacement. For a very long time, I would use it as either an after-workout recovery drink, or I would even eat it at night as a dessert. I'd make the cookie dough with it, which is actually what I'm going to do tonight. But in order to really get the benefit from the probiotics on there, you've got to give them a fighting chance to actually survive. You've got to give them space. So, what if you actually broke your fast, because that's what breakfast is, but if you did an intermittent fast, like a true 12 to 14 hour intermittent fast, and the first thing you broke it with was Shakeology, well, all of the bacteria that's in your gut that's living off of all of the not great things, the refined grains, the refined carbohydrates, the refined sugars, they're at their lowest and their weakest at that point. That's when you're actually giving yourself the best opportunity to give those probiotics the opportunity to flourish and take hold. Now, if you've been drinking Shakeology for a long time, if you've got, you're not eating those refined sugars and everything else, this isn't a big deal for you. Like, the timing of it wouldn't matter because you're in the camp of, okay, we just need to keep feeding the good stuff. I don't need to worry about the bad stuff. I just need to keep feeding the good stuff. Have it whenever. If you're just starting your journey and you're just starting this, it might be something to think about. And it's funny because up until I started listening to this and started having that revelation, I never would have said that. A week ago, I would not have told you, oh yeah, it really matters that you drink your Shakeology first thing in the morning or when you're breaking your fast. I think there might be merit there. Like, I'm literally going, and it's shocking to me that I think there might be merit there. Because again, I was one of those ones that I don't typically have my first meal as Shakeology. It is typically my after workout. So typically, if you want to know my normal day, and this is like what I did today, I stopped eating and consuming things last night about 9 o'clock. And I had my first meal today, which was a pretty healthy salad, or pretty hearty salad, I should say. I had that about 1 o'clock this afternoon. In between there was just water and coffee, 0 calories, everything else. And by the way, I feel great doing that. I work out doing that. It's not a big deal. And then I would typically have, like I said, my Shakeology often comes at night because I don't necessarily have it as my breakfast. And I'm not big on just shaking it up in water. I do that a lot, especially on the road, but it's not my favorite thing. And amazingly, they're not really thrilled when I break out a blender at work and make a whole bunch of noise. I know. So oftentimes it'll be at night, but I really think that I'm going to, I need to look at the 80-day obsession plan and really see how it stacks out and really see where that timed eating is. But I'm really considering making that my way to break fast every morning so that I can give my gut the best opportunity to actually take in that those probiotics and give them the best chance to take hold, win the battle of my gut, and make sure that it's the good stuff living in me. So anyways, I thought I would share that. I realize that it's a little bit sciencey on that, but it's me. It's not Joy. Joy is the one who's the fluffy and the loving, the leadership, and I'm all about, okay, how does this stuff really work, and show me the science behind it and all that. So interesting really to hear that take on, in order for a gut biome to truly change, you either need to overload it with the good stuff, or you need to give it the opportunity to actually kind of fight off the bad stuff and put it in with a timed eating when it's the best opportunity for it to actually take, which I think really is breakfast. Now, again, what are you defining breakfast as? I had breakfast at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Other people are differently, and there's a whole bunch of other reasons to do intermittent fasting, which we've talked about a whole bunch of times on there. But anyways, the whole point, think about when you actually eat this stuff. Think about when you drink this stuff. And think about, are you giving yourself the best opportunity to get all of the benefits of what you're actually eating and drinking? So I hope that gives you a little bit of thought. Hit me up in the comments with any questions. Give me a thumbs up at some point as you watch this video, because I realize a lot of you are going to watch it afterwards. But anyways, I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. I hope you guys are ready for the holidays. I'm not even close, but that's okay. We'll get there. Anyways, hope you guys have a great night. Bye.